I think I got it fixed this time. I took in, so here's what I did. Here's my process. So we took in the first attempt was just bleeding the front brakes and putting new fluid in. Then the second was taking everything apart, cleaning everything, putting new fluid, making sure all the seals were good, and there was no corrosion or anything in it. So we took and cleaned everything, ultrasonic cleaned everything, made sure all the holes and orifices were cleared to the best of my ability anyways, and put it all back together with fresh fluid. That was attempt number 2. Okay, now attempt number 3, we took the bottom caliper and took the pads out and clamped the master cylinder and pushed fluid back up forcefully with a Nipix. And yeah, so anyways, and I thought I felt it like kind of like break free, so I'm guessing that had to have fixed it. I took it for a test ride after that around my block, and she did okay. So I mean, it's got to be fixed. So to verify, we will do a lap around 11 Mile. And a little chilly this morning. Not too bad. I don't know. It's probably 65 actually. I don't know. Where's my dog? Up. She don't want to go up because she wants to run more. But she ain't running no more. She's going to drool into my soda can, which I shouldn't be drinking sodas anyways. But anyways, so what we are going to do is push this thing around 11 miles, see how fast an XR250 can go. I'm guessing, here's my guess, is 28. That's probably a little bit. I'm just like, probably not going to make 28. I don't know. Hopefully this camera mount will stay in place. I'm going to loop it just in case it, because this is I'm wearing a different helmet today because I smashed my noggin pretty hard on the other helmet. So that was on the last video. I didn't get it videotaped because my camera blew apart. So I don't think it saved the last, I don't know, it just didn't record it. So anyways, this time around, I actually have a case around the camera, which I probably should have always done. But because my door is broken, I need the case in order to keep the door closed. Yeah, so I will know pretty quick on 11 Mile if this is a failure. And if it's a failure, then we're just going to have to rebuild the whole thing. And I just don't want to, I mean, it's not a big deal to rebuild. Yo. So anyways, we're jamming this bad boy. I haven't had any breakfast or nothing yet. I'm just kind of starting my day on the dirt bike. baby. She just kind of ran out of power. I probably shouldn't have upshifted there. It's got actually a very tight gearbox. I do hate these frickin' tires. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get 28. I think. All right, 29 minutes is what we're going for. You notice I can keep the front end up over the whoops on this thing. It's got real soft suspension, and it also don't have much horsepower. So to show you that you don't really need a horsepower, this bike, unlike the Suzuki doesn't like riding the front end. This bike likes riding the front end. And the Suzuki, I mean the XR250 that I had, which I don't think had quite as much power as this. I mean, they're real close, but the DR has more linear, more, I don't know, it's like more, it just feels just a smidgen bit smoother. Like it had more power throughout the entire engine, where you could keep it in a gear and it would pull. Where this one, you can really tell if you're in the wrong gear. Yeah, she sure is a fun bike to ride. It's a little bit wallowy feeling, like it's not a precise bike. This ain't a scalpel. Still have front brake. Yeah, you drag the pegs on that one. The suspension is definitely way better on this than the DRZ 250, and that's surprising being the DRZ 250's got adjustable suspension, where this thing, I don't think it does. Yeah, let this baby sing. Yeah, so it doesn't feel like the suspension bottoms out per se, but the frame bottoms out. Like you can feel the foot pegs hitting the ground. Yeah, I think we're good. I don't think we made it this far last time. Yeah, like I said, when I was compressing that caliper, man, it's like you felt it break free. And it wasn't the caliper that was sticking. It was maybe the brake line, or, and I know some people are going to be like, well, dude, you got to flush all that shit out. There might be a chunk in there. When, well, dude, I've already flushed these things twice. And granted, they were still locking up. But I'm thinking the brake fluid will dilute whatever it was that was plugging this thing up. And if it doesn't, well, we'll flush it again. But I'm running out of brake fluid, so I'm gonna have to buy some more. talking, I had a big old jug of brake fluid. You know, not these little tiny 8 ounces. Yeah, maybe 30 minutes. I don't know if we're going to be able to. See, the thing is, like, these tires do not inspire confidence. They're wanting to roll out on you and stuff like that all the time. Like, it feels like you're riding on flat tires. Because you kind of are. And like, I'm sure the spaghetti noodle forks don't help either. That's why I'm really excited to get my RMZ 200 built. I mean, that is going to be a full-on capable race bike with a neutered motor. And it'll be a great training tool. It's going to be an awesome bike. And I just got to get time to get on it. I've got the engine ready for a new piston. I've determined that my cylinder I got to measure the cylinder, see if I'm going to need a first over piston or not. Because I honed the piss out of it, but like, honing shouldn't really change the diameter all that much, not enough to, well, you never know, maybe it did. That's why you measure it, yeah? That's why you measure it. Yeah, this is actually a great bike for getting used to sliding around, like getting used to your front tire, that feeling of kind of like riding in sand. Because it marshmallows around a lot. Which is an uneasy feeling if you can't get it back. But this one comes right back. I would say that the XR is definitely a faster trail bike than the DRZ 250. DRZ 250 is going to be better for short riders. And the amount of speed difference is not, I mean, you're splitting hairs. Well, as in with most bikes, anytime you're doing these comparisons, you're splitting hairs. They're so close. That's why it's funny when people are like, oh, I would never race a Suzuki. They always come in last and they haven't changed their bikes in 10 years. It's like, dude, it really don't matter that much. You know, I'm not going to say a Suzuki is a better bike, to say it's a handicap. I mean, look at Ken Roxon. You can definitely win on a Suzuki. And you'll argue that, hey, those are not Suzukis, actually. You know, they get to that point, they're so modified. But are they? Are they really modified? I mean, when he's riding basically he's a stock frame. So the same frame that was in the 2018. And stock triple clamps. I think maybe they were RMZ 250 triple clamps. I don't know. But the point is, I mean, the engines are going to be modified like crazy. But most of us mere mortals would probably prefer the stock engine, to be honest, over a fully modified race engine. Yeah, I don't quite jump that. Sketchy going at speed. I mean, I'm probably doing 40 miles an hour here. Well, I don't know. But this ain't no KTM. It's not an RMX. You know, it's an XR. It's a trail bike. Robert uses it to give his daughter a ride. She sits on the front, they putt around. I don't think Robert's going to be doing fast laps on 11 Mile with it. Maybe. I mean, he's going to have a benchmark to beat now. As soon as we're done here. Could I go faster? Maybe. But she gets a little squirrely. Oh, he couldn't handle that upshift. Like I said, the gear ratio is really tight on this thing. Surprisingly. Like the Suzuki, it's a big old climb, you know, when you shift to the next gear, it's a big gear. This thing, you shift to the next gear, it's a slight difference. You know, it's almost like a motorbike. Oh yeah. But this thing is a comfy, relaxing, sitting on the couch type feeling. You know, while you're bombing through all this. Oh yeah, baby. Do we launch off of this thing? I don't know. I don't trust that wheelie for that one. trust it. Because the shocks definitely, they're not that soft. Definitely not as soft as the Suzuki. The Suzuki bottoms out everywhere. This thing, I don't think it's bottomed out yet. I don't know. If it does bottom out, I don't feel it. So. Woo-hoo-hoo. And it is kind of hard. I think I would raise the shift lever a little bit. I think I might have already raised it a little bit on this. I don't know. But it's hard for me to get my foot underneath it. She's a bit. Oh man, the brakes feel like they're starting to drag. Oh, maybe not. Oh no, they're good. Brakes are still good. Maybe the rear brake? No, the rear brake's good. First time touching the rear brake. Guess it still has one. But I think that the front brakes are warming up a bit because I am getting have less play on the front lever, like it's right there, but it's releasing. It's not binding up yet. But granted, I am riding this bike much harder than most people would be riding it. And I know it doesn't look like it, but believe me when I say we are pushing it. Oh yeah, that rear shock is cricket. Lush. Controlled. It's not doing anything stupid. Like, it is so soft. Like, oi, oi, that was a bucking bronco ride. We still got front brake. When the front wheel is spinning in the air, you know you're good. You know you fixed it. Okay, I just hammer those wolves. Who cares about where you land? Front tire in the face of the jump. It don't matter. She just sucks it up. I really wish my Suzuki had brakes as good as this bike. And the KTM for that matter. Really happy that we're getting a full 11 miles in to really test this machine out. Rocking a helmet that's too big for me. I'm wearing a winter cap. I got a little beanie to keep it. For some reason, like, this helmet is not too bad for the side of my head, but the top of my head, because I have such a little tiny brain, I guess, is it's too small. Like, my head's too small for it. So the helmet sinks down over my eyebrows. You know, like into my eyes almost. So that's why I got the beanie on. And it's still not quite enough. So I might have to sell this helmet, which is a shame. I really wanted to like it, but it was kind of an impulse buy because I got a good deal on it, and it's pretty fresh. It's like brand new. All right, we're in the home stretch, baby. Power, power, power. And there we go. Let's see what we got. I'll post it up on the... Oof the man. Yeah, see. Yeah, it feels like something's... Oh. Yeah, the front brake is dragging a little bit. Like, goddamn. The only thing it can be is that water, the rotor is warped a little bit. Or I could have too much fluid in that reservoir. I'll take a little fluid out. But I mean, it made almost the whole 11 mile. But holy crap, that is frustrating. Because the rotor is warped a tiny bit. But yeah. I mean, what do? Buy all new freaking brakes? The brakes look amazing inside. There's no issue. God damn, I re-lubed all the linkages with lightweight oil. It had grease on it, and the grease can sometimes get sticky. So, yeah, I took the grease out. And she's still hanging up a little bit. So I'm thinking, because it did have a little bit too much, and I was going to let some out. But, so we'll do that and see. But that still shouldn't, it shouldn't be locking it up like that. Yeah, I'm at a freaking loss. I'm like, what, do I rebuild everything when everything looks fine? The rubber seals inside are not hard. Yeah, I guess I'll rebuild them. I mean, that's what Robert wanted to do anyways, and I'm like, me being my cheap ass self, don't want to spend unnecessary money. Even if it ain't my money, I don't know. I think I have a sickness. I should be able to spend other people's money, no problem. But for some reason. All right, so back to the drawing board again, but we did do a full lap of 11 mile. The wheel was spinning freely in the air at mile marker 9. So I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out.